Merhaba arkadaşlar. Good evening once more. Thank you, dear viewers, audience, for joining us one more time at the 5th edition of our online publicity program. We promise this is going to be a more insightful discussion this evening, as we have two distinguished professors. It sounds like a coincidence, but today we have two respected professors that are, which also doubles as two associate professors. I think this is the first time we're having two of such professors on our live publicity program. With us this evening, without further ado, we have a professor from International Logistics and Transportation Department, from the Department of from the Faculty of Business and Economics, Associate Professor Dr. Aliza Ashadi. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. And with us from the Faculty of Engineering, precisely Computer Engineering, Associate Professor Dr. Shahzad Ashraf. I hope I pronounced correctly. And always with my best buddy on the job at the moment, Umutjan, who will be dealing with bombarding our esteemed professors with a lot of questions this evening. You're welcome. Good evening one more time.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Good evening, dear our professors. Again, welcome to our online session. So, as Professor Festus already stated, this is our 5th English live stream. So, I would like to welcome again each of you. As you know, the Instagram live stream is up to 55 minutes. Therefore, it's really difficult to explain in a widely manner our university. Therefore, we will try to give the best points of our university to our prospective students. In the meantime, I have an announcement for our prospective students. Dear our prospective students, you can see our WhatsApp number at the bottom of your screen, which is 0531 088 2297. So if you have any question during our live stream, you can freely ask your question through our WhatsApp number, so our esteemed professors could answer to your questions. So I would like to start the session by asking to briefly introduce yourself and give information about your past experiences. So Professor, let's start from by Professor Ali Reza. Professor, welcome again. And can you please briefly introduce yourself and give some information about your experiences?
Hello, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity for attending in this presentation and this meeting for present my department, International Logistics and Transportation. My name is Ali Reza Arshadi. I'm coming from Iran. I got my PhD, Master and Bachelor from two prestigious governmental universities in Iran. I got my PhD in 2007, and after that I got all of them in industrial engineering, and after that I have about 13 years experience in public and private universities in Iran. About 4 years ago, I promoted to associate professor, and now I'm associate professor in International Logistics and Transportation Department. And during these years, I have more than 50 scientific papers and 25 scientific conference papers, and more than H-index is about maybe 13. And during these years, I have about 6 years of experience as a consultant for an e-market company, and also as a manager and head of the research and development for a company related to car industries in Iran. And now I'm working with Gelishim University as associate professor in International Logistics Department.
Welcome, Professor. So in the meantime, you worked as an academician, and also you have experience from the sector, right?
Yes, yes, both of them at the same time. Yeah.
Great. Thank you so much, Professor, for sharing your valuable experience. We will ask the same question from Professor Shahzad. So Professor, welcome again, and can you please briefly introduce yourself and give some information about your past experiences?
As you have already told, my name is Shahzad Ashraf. I done my bachelor's, master's and PhD from a government university in Pakistan. I have about 17 years of experience in academics. Before academics, I also worked in some industry projects, and even during this period I have also worked in some industry projects. During this time I have published over 100 scientific publications in different top rated journals and conferences. Like I have more than 70 publications in top rated impact factor journals, and out of them most of the publications are in Q1s, and I also have more than 1700 citations, and my H index is 23. So this is all about some of my publications are published in the prestigious journals like IEEE Transactions on reliability, IEEE Transactions on industry applications, IEEE Internet of Things journals, similarly some elsewhere journals, and so on. And I'm now at the moment I'm working in Istanbul Gelişim University as associate professor in computer engineering department since September 2019. Before this, I served three different universities in Pakistan. I have also a very good collaboration with leading researchers of the world in my field.
Thank you so much, Professor. It's really great. It will be a great opportunity for our students as well to have such professors who are coming from industry as well. For example, it's very important for our students to have a professor for me as well. If I have any professor who is coming from industry and also from academic part, it will be somehow more valuable. Therefore, it's an honor for our university to have such professors. So I will definitely continue my question like this. In here, I will be as a prospective student. I will ask this question as a prospective student. So, as you know, there are many universities in Turkey, especially in Istanbul. There are many governmental and private universities. So let me think and let me ask my question like a prospective student. Why should I choose İstanbul Gelişim University? So again, if we could start with Professor Ali Reza, and also Professor, your sound is not loud. I think it would be louder. It would be really perfect.
İstanbul Gelişim University is a young university, as you know, but young and will be one of the strong private universities, I think, not only in Istanbul, and all around Turkey. And as you know, from Times Higher Education report in 2020, its grade for quality of education is ranked 1 in Turkey and ranked 96 all around the world, and its general qualification is between 400 and 600, which is really valuable for a young university. And you know that, as I mentioned before, I've worked with several universities, and this general ranking is really important. This is one of the advantages for the students for selecting Gelişim University. Other one is using some profits from international programs for attending in European mobility or for transferring students between Erasmus between European universities. This is another advantage for them. And also, I think we have a good community between students and the teachers and professors. Some of them are young and are hardworking, and it's a warm, welcome environment for the students, I think.
Yeah, thank you so much, Professor.
If I like to add, any university, the main asset of a university is its faculty, its personals who are working in different departments. It includes both, mainly faculty and other supporting staff. And I joined this university in September 2019, and I have a very good experience with the faculty members, with the other staff. Like maybe you will ask this question later, like in pandemic, when pandemic started, we were our IT department was ready. Similarly, it was, and I was shocked when after 1 week they said we are going to take classes. So it was really amazing. Like if I talk about my other colleagues who are working in other universities, like in Turkey or outside Turkey, like if I talk about my native country, then they started online classes after 3 months. So they behaved very efficiently. Similarly, when we talk about faculty, Istanbul Gelişim University, when they started their internationalization plan in 2017, there was just, I think, 5-6 foreign faculty, and at the moment they have hired 90 faculty members from the globe, different countries. And I have it's a big university. I did not met everyone, but most of them we are having some meetings, and I found everyone excellent in his field. Like Professor Victor is here, Professor is these two are here. In my own department, in other departments, we are sitting. Our offices are in rectorate building, and foreign faculties mostly is there, and everyone is excellent. That means, so Istanbul Gelişim University, they are investing on their human resources, on their faculty, on their personals, which are supporting staff, and this is the best aspect for any university. Similarly, if you see other things, like they are having a lot of laboratories, labs, we are having access to online libraries like Web of Science.
For your department, we have a Mac lab, right?
Yes. We have computers. And there are even this pandemic came. Because of this pandemic, we could not do some of the things. Like when I came here, when I was having a meeting with a rector and other people, my main task was here to start some, to establish some startups. But due to the pandemic, we could not do. But we are having a lot of space. We are having many laboratories, seminars. So we are always, you can say, the administration, it's welcoming for new ideas, for innovative ideas. And that means we can develop anything here. We are very free. Like I say to all my students, my colleagues, that it's not like we feel burden here. We feel enjoy.
Yeah.
That means, as far as myself is concerned, I will say I enjoy working in Istanbul Gelişim University.
Also, for the students who are, prospective, the location of the university is important, right?
Yes, it's near to metro line. So whenever and wherever we want to go, we can go.
Cheaply.
Yes, very cheaply.
Next to E5, and it's really easy for communication.
It's really good
and
advantage.
So like like before pandemic, some of my friends came from some other country, and they said we are there in Sultan Ahmed. I was in university. I just sit on, just take this metro, and I think 45 minutes I reached there.
There is no
very
traffic.
Yes, there is no traffic on metro line. So it's very wonderful. Its location is very wonderful. People are very cooperative, and most importantly, university is investing on their human capital. And the most important thing is, because the university, it's not the name of buildings, it's not even the name of laboratories. Yes, laboratories are important, buildings are important, other things are, libraries are important, but it's not the name of these things. The name of university, the capital of university is their faculty. So they are investing on that.
Thank you so much, dear respected professors. Dear viewers, like we made our promise, I'm sure you're making do with our promise to have 2 highly well-experienced, knowledgeable professors. I'm going to stick to you, Professor Ali Riza, one more time. Yeah. What's unique? We share the same faculty and the same office. Now you have the opportunity to say one or two words about our lovely department. What's unique about international logistics and transportation? Why should any student go to international logistics rather than meet Professor Sazad in computer engineering? Yes. You have the floor.
First of all, I explain about the importance of international logistics and transportation. You know that especially for example, let's start with an example. In this pandemic condition, everyone in the world can not imagine that sometimes there is not enough food.
Exactly.
Because everything was stopped.
People were stuck in different countries.
Yes. And there were a lot of problems. And because in ordinary conditions we have all of them, and all of them will be available by logistics and by the transportation. These two items are really important and completely define and imagine our today's real life, because every activity is related to the transportation and the logistic. And the other item is that, other point is that, you know that transportation doesn't have any added value. When you are engaged in transportation, you just increasing your costs because there is no value in transportation. But this is the magnificent point, and this is real significant because we can manage the transportation and the cost of transportation. And also the third part is internationality of these logistics and transportation. You know that we are studying this course especially in Istanbul. Istanbul is in the Golden Horn. You have several relationships with other countries, and you can imagine and you can feel it here. You can feel the international transportation here. This is what is not only for all the students all around the world. Logistics and transportation are important items, but also especially in Istanbul. For example, in my native country, in Iran, when you are studying transportation or logistics, you don't have any feeling, any sense to being international communication.
Also your department, I mean, it is international logistics. Yes. Because in some universities, it's logistics and transportation.
Yes, it's international, and we are located in an international and very important logistic point in the world, Istanbul. And you can find and sense it here because you just come look at the sea, and you can find several containers and several types of transportation, and you can have good accessibility to visit these sites, these kinds of new and international equipment for transportation. This is really valuable.
Thank you so much.
If I talk about Istanbul, it's a big city, and sometimes I get confused which bus is going where. There are a lot of one metro, second metro, third metro buses. It's literally, but it's not a small
bus. You need to memorize the numbers then.
Yes.
Okay, Prof. We need you to tell the viewers to highlight more from the perspective of a computer engineer. What's the uniqueness about Istanbul Gelişim University's computer engineering program? Which are faculty members?
If I talk about computer engineering, I think no word is computers. No, without computers, you cannot do anything. Even we are sitting here, everything is based on computer. Like now, if you see in some countries, even waiters have been replaced by robots in hotels. And typically during this pandemic time, everyone got essence. Everyone got the know-how of the importance of computer and computer technologies. Like even if we talk about Korea and China and other countries, those who managed to curb this pandemic very early, they used the computer technology. They located people and they just isolated them and so on. They treated them. They did not let them to mingle in other people's. So similarly, during pandemic, if you see, people are being managed their food and logistic, everything is managed by computers. Nowadays, without computer, you cannot do anything. And if I talk about computers, it's not like we always say, the computer is not like to do jobs. Yes, there are people who do job after their graduation, but mainly it's about freelance. You start your own business, and you can have a lot of projects, because everywhere in the world people are going towards this computerization. So the computer engineering, if you ask about me, the computer engineering, this is the most
Sorry to interject, Prof. In the context of GELISIM, what's the uniqueness about the computer program in GELISIM?
Computer program, we are having a multilingual and multicultural faculty here, multicultural students here. We are having a lot of laboratories. We are having access to online libraries. So people here are very, you can say, teachers and other staff, they are very cooperative. This is all about. What else we need?
So actually, yeah, they defined the department, but now I have another question which will be specifically asked from our professor. So as you know, we have more than 70 undergraduate program, bachelor degree programs, and also we have more than 60 associate degree programs, as well as we have master and PhD programs in İstanbul Gelişim University. So you defined your departments, and both of your departments are accredited internationally.
Yes.
So
Yes.
this is one of the most important
Yes.
points
Yes.
of view for our especially international students, because after getting the diploma should be internationally accredited. Therefore, mostly all of our students are asking. So this is the first point. The second point is that for our prospective students, if you could give some more details about the curriculum and somehow specific information about the department. So Professor Shehzad, we can start with you.
We are having over 30 faculty members, and all are highly qualified. Whenever you will ask me about my department or about any university, the first thing is always the faculty. Our faculty is outclass. We are having a BET accreditation. So the university degree, computer engineering degree, it is accepted worldwide. So you can have here you can have very good faculty, and your degree is accredited. So I think the faculty is multilingual and multicultural. So
the curriculum of your department is
yes,
somehow
yes, yes,
standard.
yes. That because of ABET, they accredited based on the curriculum. Now let me add one more thing. Now from the last semester, we have introduced some innovative courses as well. Like I was supposed to teach future technologies. So we are working here on the basis of market needs. We introduced these future technology courses. We introduced another course, artificial intelligence in real life or in common life. What's the purpose of why artificial intelligence can enhance our daily life? If I talk about just within you can say some seconds about future technologies, like if you see some of the jobs which were very used to in early 90s, those has been absolute. Now there is not even the new generation, they don't know about, because those were the jobs. Similarly, some of the jobs like here, and typically if I generalize it, I will say those official or clerical jobs, those will be absolute after some time. So we are now working on this on curriculum of future technologies. So which technologies will be in future, which will provide the jobs to different our graduates. So we have introduced this course, and this course is not specifically for computer engineering. Yes, we have offered this course, but other faculty, other students from other departments, they can join that course, so they can have a know-how what technologies they should learn in order to survive in this world.
So you mean during this 4 year of their education, you are somehow preparing the students for their future career as well?
Yes, yes. We are also offering our students, we are also facilitating them during their degree for internships, and even we are having a job placement, a career center, yes, to provide expert opinions to students. And even if our students, they want to have some sort of business after, like if computer engineering students, they want to have their own software house or some network company or some any other business. So we help them, we encourage them, we provide them that furniture and other helps as well.
So now I wished I could study computer engineering. So I will come to Professor Ali Reza with the same question. Hocam.
Okay, let me explain more about our courses in our department. In International Logistics department, you can study as a prospective student about road transportation, rail transportation, aviation, and maritime transportation, and one complicated one and really valuable one, multimodal transportation. Yes, and after that, especially I'm working on intermodal transportation, which is a newer one. And also you learn something about customs, port transportations, and what's really important in my opinion is that, for example, when I was working in as an engineer, sometimes we must prepare and packing something for example in Germany and send it to Iran. In that time, we don't know really, as an engineer, we don't know really how can we pack it and why this packaging is really important for us. That was a really important question for us. How can we package it and why it's really important type of packaging. You know that if you package in a massive and extensive size, you have several limitations in the roads, and your burden will take a lot of time to get the destination because only for the size of the packaging. And this is really important. For example, you consider you do everything well, but your burdens will take a lot of time to get destination only for this problem that you don't know really the exact size and you didn't choose the exact way and type of transportation. And you can learn it completely in this. And also, you will find some special topics about supply chain management here in our department. Supply chain management and supply chain modeling, warehousing, inventory management, and also sustainability, which is really nowadays a new definition, and social responsibility of all the enterprises related to the communities. You learned all of them in your courses here in our International Logistics and Transportation Department.
So Professor, your department is also accredited, right?
Yes, it's accredited by AQAS. And another point that I want to mention is that first of all, when I entered to the university, I saw several boards and several signs that we are accredited. And I said that that's only a show. But after working here, I found out that no, it really works. Because we, as Professor Shahzad said before, we really find it during this pandemic that how can our educational system is first rank, because I have more than 13 years experience in more than 4 universities, and I am in touch with them these days. It's unbelievable that you change your position during 10 days or at most 2 weeks to completely new one, and everyone must change and fit in this new style. And the other point is the support of educational system and IT department, one by one. If you have any problem as a professor, if you have any problem as a student, they reply to you ASAP, as soon as possible, and that was really unbelievable. For example, you send a message to IT department, I have a problem, and all of the problems are new one because we don't have any experience about it. This is a new style of communication, but they find the solution and announce it to all, and try to find the best solution, and they track you. What was your problem? What was your situation? Did you solve it? Do you need any more help? And that was really surprising.
Before going to my friend Victor, I would like to add regarding this information. I would like to add some more information that 60 of our programs are accredited by, as you already stated, Pearson and AHPGC.
Yes.
So İstanbul Gelişim University has the most number of internationally accredited program in Turkey.
Yes, we are proud of that.
Yeah. Dear viewers, you can see we are going step by step. It's obvious that İstanbul Gelişim University, it's the next hub of knowledge with very robust programs and high faculty members. We've just showcased you 2 of them from our Faculty of Business and Economics and Engineering. Furthermore, Professor Ali Riza, both professors are super fast. They already went ahead of my brain and highlighted about the pandemic. You know, in the world, we've had several jumps in the world. The Great Depressions in the 1930s, the global crisis in 2009, 2008, 2009, the Asian crisis, and all of a sudden, few months back, we got the big shock of our lives, the global pandemic. Although we've had it before, but it's never been this severe.
Yes.
We didn't see it coming. As a computer scientist, as a logistic guru, Professor Ali Riza, none of us foresaw this unforeseen event that bedeviled the whole world. And I'm going to ask a question in this manner. How has this changed your life as a professor? You've highlighted to our students your trajectory as a professor, research-wise, teaching-wise. How has this shaped your life as a professor? And how has this affected your teaching style, or I want to say teaching methodology, between your relationship with the student? Just briefly.
Yes. You know that during this pandemic conditions, everything was collapsed, and everyone was just looking for the future and waiting what is the good story about it. Up to now, we didn't find any good story, and we cannot stop everything. After starting this pandemic, every professor stayed at home, and every people. But our work in the university continues by distance communication with the students and distance education our system. And we can, in this item, we have a good cooperation with computer science because without their help, it's impossible for us. And every transportation was cancelled, but
also during this pandemic period, these both departments are somehow huge.
This is the life wire of every economy, but I'm going to be a little bit biased. Transportation is like the life wire. We all got here through some means, right?
Yes, yes.
Logistics, transportation.
Yes,
anyway,
yes. We cannot cancel everything because food is really important. And after that, we changed to the new style of educational system, which is by distance education, and we prepare some groups, and also our new generation students are really in good interaction with these kinds of communications. We prepare some WhatsApp, but it's not only way for communication, because in general communication, you have some legal communication systems in the Gelişim University system. You can send message to all the students and it transferred by the emails or by a specific way that university define it. And we are in good connection with the students, and especially with the educational system. There is no way for losing nothing, and everything's are under control by the university. And I think, as I mentioned before, I have several years experience, and I'm now in touch with my university in Iran, and sometimes it's a joke for me when I see the problems. How we can prepare the exam? I say that we solve it. The other one, how can we, where is the way that we can cancel the cheating? We solve it next month. But I cannot share my experience here with them. And this is awfully that I cannot share it with them, because we all together find it, and it's a value for us these days. How can we manage these awful conditions and change it to a victory for us, and victory for Gelişim University, I think, as well.
Thank you so much, Prof.
When it came, when pandemic started, everything was closed in the whole world, not only in Turkey, in the whole world. Even some of the students, they asked me, and literally, let me tell you very frankly, I was in the opinion that now 3-4 months are free. We are not going to do anything. One of student, newly student from Pakistan, he was here. He just discussed me, what should I do? I said, just go back to Pakistan, because now 3-4 months university will be closed. And he went back. And after, I think, 1 week, I was amazed, I was surprised when I received an email, Professor, how do you want to take these classes? Either you can come record lecture, or you can use Meet, or I think there were 3 options. So I was really surprised. What happened? So this was the preparation level of our IT department. That after 1 week it happened. Even at that time, even Tobitech, our higher education council, they did not announce for these online classes, and but Gelişim University, they were ready. Then we started, they developed their learning management system. Within days, LMS system, I don't know how could they customize this LMS. Within these just 2-3 weeks, I think from the last week of March, I think it started from
23rd, I think.
23rd March?
The 3rd week we started.
23rd March. Yes. And it was closed on, I think, 9 or 10th March. Just within 2 weeks, everything started back. And it was really, you can say, it was really a glad moment for us that I first I confused. I said, I have sent someone there. What will happen? So, but it was very glad to share with you that a lot of students, they went to their country and they took their classes, their exams, midterm, final term there. And one more thing, as you cannot say, yes, the quality was not 100% same, but we done maximum quality we can produce. Even at start, during midterm, we were having a lot of time. We give the students a lot of time, the 2 chances. And
so during the midterm, it was 2 chances,
2
right?
chances, yes. Students can get, can solve their question paper once, and they, after some time, they can also solve
it was the first time.
Yes, it was the first time. So, and it was nice, because if you give students first chance, there, even if I talk about myself, 1 or 2 questions were mistyped in midterm, but it was experience, we got experience, and in final, the students, they were given one chance, only one chance, and none of my question was mistyped. So we were ready. Gelishim University was ready when this pandemic came, and I can simply say we replied efficiently.
Because our IT department actually, as all of us knows, we were not expecting this pandemic period, but our IT department the department was somehow ready for this period, because we had already opened our some of our programs as a distance education, especially the MBA program, which is one of the most important demanded program. It was opened as an online system.
Yes.
Thank you so much, dear valuable professors, for your insight. Dear viewers, it's very obvious that if you want to make your choice in Istanbul, I think without a shadow of doubt, Istanbul Gelişim University is the best. We bring you the promise of no matter the situation, like we say here, inshallah, Istanbul Gelişim University is ready to arrest such situation. The quality was not compromised, and no student lost valuable time in terms of graduation time. Everybody is on time and as scheduled. Furthermore, Professor Aliza, I'm just going to ask you, I usually make the joke to say when I ask this question, this is probably one of the $1 million questions in the mind of the student. Is it possible to take, to be an engineer or to be in the Department of International Logistic and Transportation, at the same time peep into engineering, have a glimpse of engineering in terms of double major or minor? Can you enlighten the audience about these issues, provisions in our university?
First of all, I must say, review one of my experience. It's impossible in my country, for example, to attend in the same at the same time in two courses, two disciplines, and attending both of them at once. But it is really valuable for attending, and why it's necessary for students, because after coming to the university they get a major and study in it, start to study, but after a while they say that, oh, that must be another interesting topic there, or another major. All of them are possible. If you want to get some courses from another major, another discipline, it's possible. You have a major and a minor. And if you want to get completely another major at the same time, it's possible for you, not only possible, but also free for
of
you.
charge.
Yes, if you want to get the second one, it's free for the students in Gelishim University only, that they can get the second major freely. And this is really good opportunity for the students, especially when they enter in and they communicate with each other and know something more about new courses, new disciplines, and want to change it or get another one. And it's possible for the students in this university, especially Gelishim University.
Thank you so much, Professor Alireza. Do you want to say something?
Yes, it's very, very nice opportunity for students. Like if we talk about engineering students, computer engineering students, they learn engineering, they learn computer sciences, but you can say they need to develop some communication skills. They need to develop some sort of administrative skills.
In today's world, it's so important.
Yes, it's so important. Similarly, students in other faculties, they need to learn at least basic computer sciences.
Yes.
So, because nowadays everything is computer, so they should take double major or major minor in our faculty, and some of our students, they get major minor in some other. So it's necessary, and it's a very good initiative from Istanbul Gelishim University, and it's free of charge, but for that you have to maintain your CGPA at least 2.72.
Yes,
So
yes.
if your CGPA
that's the only cost.
yes.
And it starts after the first year, right?
After first year, from third semester.
Okay, thank you so much, professors, for giving such information. Professor Ali Reza, you want to add something?
Yes, I want to add something about that GPA because it's completely logical. Because if you want to attend in another course, in another major, another discipline, it's necessary for you to overcome the first one.
Yes.
Of course.
So this is you must be a good student for attending.
It should not like he's getting fail in both courses.
In 5 years there will be no diploma. So we will continue with our session. We have limited of time, but I should ask because this is very important for our students, especially for international students who are coming from another country to Turkey, and later on who wants to go and study in other countries such as other European countries and also USA, Canada or any other country. So Professor Shehzad, do we have opportunity for our students to have right to study in another country as an exchange program?
Yes, we are having Erasmus scholarship. We are having a lot of exchange program with leading universities of the world. Like we are having some of our agreement with US universities, Europe universities, China, and other Japan and other countries. We are having a lot of agreements for Erasmus. Yes, you will get some. You will also get your living expenses from Erasmus, but for others you don't need to pay. Your fee here that will be counted as you will pay the fees here, and you will study in other university of your choice, but those universities which we are having agreements.
Yes, so it will be free of charge, or they will
free of charge. And if you get Erasmus, that's it's competitive. That means you have to compete with your students. Then you will also get your living expenses, stipends.
Yes. So İstanbul Gelişim University has agreement with more than 102 universities all around the world. It's bilateral agreement.
Bilateral agreement, yes.
Thank you so much, dear respected professors. We enjoyed your company so much that time flies so fast and we couldn't catch. Just before we leave, Professor Shehzad, I just want to ask the question in a minute or less than, if possible. Is computer engineering the future? If I take up a degree in computer engineering in İstanbul Gelişim University, do I have a future, or probably it's logistic?
But I think there is no bone of contention. No one can disagree with me. Computer is your future. I will simply say that computer is your future. Computer is everywhere.
Especially during this time.
Yes, computer is everywhere.
Okay, I'm going to join Professor Ali Reza to say no, computer is not the future, probably international logistics. But John, can you say something about this? What is the future of logistics? Is this discipline the next revolution? Is it the next air we breathe?
Yes, you know that we heard these days about, and during these decades, about global supply chain management.
Yes.
And all of the communities are coming and changing to a global form. So it will be pandemic somehow all around the world, that you can eat something that is prepared in China, for example, or anywhere all around the world. You can find something that is prepared 1,000 miles away from and its origin is 1,000 miles away. So it's necessary for us to communicate with other countries for our necessities, especially for our foods. And this is the importance of our international logistic functions.
Thank you so much, Professor. I don't know if you want to say something.
So I want to add something
Please
in here. For both the departments, I would like to add such. During the last period, especially pandemic period, we understood that before the pandemic period, the globe, the world was like one country. for transportation, for example, as you
Yes.
already emphasized it, if we something, maybe it from China or any other country, we didn't know. But during this pandemic period, we understood that, yeah, there is other countries as well. But before pandemic period, the world come in a point that it was like a one country.
Exactly.
Yes.
Thank you so much, valuable professors, esteemed professors of our dearly beloved university, İstanbul Gelişim University. Dear viewers, we are going to draw the curtain today, this evening. But just before we go, because of the brevity of time we had, we couldn't elaborate on some of the other issues. There are some scholarship opportunities, like already highlighted by the professors. You can visit our official website, www.igu.edu.tr, or you can, if you're already in Istanbul, you can visit the university premises, whereby supporting staff and faculty members are ready to give all the necessary information to you. Dear professors, thank you once more for joining us. And we're going to close with a cliche we make here in Gelişim that says Gelişim
Gelişime
açık olun.
Gelişime açık olun.
Yes, gelişime açık olun.